Back in February, life as we know it was still relatively normal. That was when the North Dakota Legacy Fund Earnings Committee had last met. Since then, the coronavirus pandemic has turned things upside down. As Robert Suhr reports, committee members now have piles of unanswered questions as the January session gets closer and closer.
We've never seen it at this junction where there's so much uncertainty going on right now.
Millions have been sickened by the coronavirus across the country, but it now seems North Dakota's Legacy Fund is sick as well. When the economy went into the tank earlier this year, it had a direct impact on deposits made into North Dakota's largest piggy bank. Deposits into the fund have dropped every month since a $61 million payment was made in February. It fell to $55 million in March, $45 million in April, $25 million in May, before an all-time low payment of just $10 million was deposited in June. Representative and House Majority Leader Chet Pollard chairs the Legacy Fund Committee. He tells me some difficult decisions are on the horizon.
This is going to be a coming session. We want to try to cover our basic, our education, our long-term care needs for our senior citizens, for the folks, the DD population, and our roads. That's what we need to be focused on. I don't think there will be a lot of extra frill.
The committee recently asked the public for their thoughts on proposed uses of Legacy Fund earnings, and while they received nearly 200 proposals, the potential lack of funds could mean many of those proposals fall by the wayside.
Now, committee members I spoke with told me they would love to have a clear-cut picture by now as to what can and can't be funded with the Legacy Fund when the session rolls around in January, but they just don't know right now because of all the unknowns, especially with low oil tax revenue, the COVID-19 pandemic, and even the recent decision to turn off the Dakota Access Pipeline.
Jessica Unruh is one of the senators on the committee and says they've been down this road before and are ready to tackle what lies ahead.
2013 was my first legislative session, and we were really at the height of the boom at the time. When we came back in our next legislative session, we really had some budget shortfalls that we were having to deal with. So while this is certainly an unprecedented situation for our state and our country to be dealing with, I think we're well equipped as legislators to deal with fiscal shortfalls as we'll be seeing here in the upcoming legislative session.
What does look certain is the economic downturn could leave a lasting legacy on the Legacy Fund for years to come. Reporting for KX News at the Capitol, I'm Robert Suhr.
The committee is expected to hold their final meeting before the session in September, where they'll make final recommendations. Coming up next on KX